How can initial advantage lead to cumulative advantage? The term the Matthew effect was coined by sociologist Robert K. Merton in 1968 in the paper The Matthew Effect in Science. Merton named it after a passage in the Gospel of Matthew from the Bible that says, "To everyone who has, more will be given, and he will have abundance. But from him who has not, even what he has will be taken away." The Matthew effect refers to the tendency for individuals to accrue social or economic success in proportion to their initial level of popularity, friends, and wealth. In other words, those who are already successful are more likely to become even more successful, while those who have attained less are more likely to become even less successful. You can imagine the Matthew effect as a group of people in a staircase. The people at the top of the stairs have a head start and are able to climb the rest of the stairs more easily than the people who start out at the bottom of the stairs. Let me share a few example stories. This phenomenon can be seen in many different areas of life, including science, education, and business. For example, a paper by Keith Stanovich in 1986 found that children who are early readers are more likely to become successful readers in the future. This is because they have a head start on learning the skills they need to read well. In contrast, children who struggle to learn to read in early childhood are more likely to have lifelong problems with reading. Another example of the Matthew effect can be seen in the world of science. A study by Harriet Zuckerman found that Nobel Prize winners are more likely to have their work cited by other scientists than scientists who have not won a Nobel Prize. And this is because Nobel Prize winners are already well respected in the scientific community, so their work is more likely to be read and cited by others. To add a bit more flavor and to underline how widely the effect can be observed, I'll briefly list a few additional examples. In business, well-known brands are more likely to become successful than new brands. This is because they already have a reputation and a customer base. In politics, incumbents are more likely to be re-elected than challengers, and this is because they have the advantage of name recognition and tenure. In sports, star athletes are more likely to get better contracts and more playing time than less known athletes, and this is because they already have proven themselves to be successful. So what is the impact of the Matthew effect? It can have a significant impact on people's lives. It can lead to a widening gap between the rich and the poor, and it can make it more difficult for people from disadvantaged backgrounds to achieve success. However, it's important to remember that the Matthew effect is not a deterministic force. There are many examples of people who have overcome initial disadvantages to achieve great things in their lives. In summary, the Matthew effect is a complex phenomenon with far-reaching implications. Among other things, it means that in order to succeed, one should start early on in order to gain compounding effects of the efforts put in. It can be quite useful to understand and be aware of it, in order to take appropriate actions early on to leverage its consequences and to mitigate its negative effects.
If you appreciated that, then click here for more content like this. And don't forget to subscribe. Be well.